Hi, I'm Jim Savage. I'm running for Democratic Party State Committee.
Jim, tell me a little bit about your background.
So I'm 53 years old. I live in Upper Chi, progressive. I have spent the last 15 years in the leadership of my local union, United Steelworkers in Philadelphia. I was a committee man and trainer for a couple of years while Cliff Wilson was the chair back then. Got involved with most of my activism was in the city because my workplace and the things that affected my coworkers were in the city. In Delaware County, a lot of our members lived in Delaware County. We were proud to be the first union to endorse Joe Sestak in 2006. Took a lot of heat for that. Worked out pretty good for us though. So I've tried to bring my working class values to everything I do, to affect in a positive way inclusive work and family values into the party.
Jim, you made an interesting comment that it brought heat on you guys to endorse Joe Sestak. Being a union is like being a Democrat. Why did that bring heat on you to endorse Joe Sestak?
Well, I mean, Delaware County is a little bit strange, right? There's a lot of union support for Republicans. Southeastern Pennsylvania, there are a number of Republicans who vote the right way on just enough labor votes to garner support. Kurt Weldon, for some reason, was supported by a lot of unions, and we didn't see it. We couldn't figure out why. Met Joe Sestak, one of the smartest people I've ever met, instantly impressive, and we endorsed him. And, you know, like I said, it brought a lot of heat, you know, at first, but after he won, there was a lot of people calling me asking if I could introduce him to him.
Why did you choose to be one of the few unions to endorse a Democratic ticket?
I never sort of bought into, with a lot of these representatives, congressmen, a certain senator, Republican senator in Pennsylvania that always had labor support, talking about Arnold Specter. It always seemed to me that they were always there for you when you didn't need them. They would vote the right way almost always when the vote was already, their vote didn't matter. As you saw with Arnold Specter, the Employee Free Choice Act, when his vote actually mattered the last time, then all of a sudden after all those years of voting for it, when it would lose, and he was permitted by his leadership to vote our way, so to speak, the one time it really mattered, then all of a sudden he came up with all these problems with the bill and voted against it, right? And I saw that with a lot of these representatives, and I just feel like if you're not coming from a place that you truly believe in those values, then that's what you're setting yourself up for.
What got you involved in union leadership, Jim?
I graduated high school in 1982. My son graduated high school in 2009. When I graduated high school, the top jobs in this country, private employers, were General Motors, AT&T, U.S. Steel. When my son graduated high school in 2009, the top private employers in this country were Walmart and Kelly Manpower Inc., a temp service company. I'm not saying that there's not a place in the economy for Walmart or for temporary work services. I'm saying they shouldn't be the top employers in this country. And over my adult lifetime, that's one generation, from my graduation day to my son's graduation day, you know, watching that happen and watching the corporate takeover really of our government and of our lives angered me, and that was how I fought back.
Jim, why do you want to run for state committee?
So I joined in 1983. I left my job at lunchtime and joined and went to a Marine Corps recruiter and joined the Marine Corps when the Marine Corps barracks in Beirut, Lebanon blew up. And I've been fighting basically ever since. And I think we're at a unique time in our history, badly unique time, where the Democratic Party is the only thing left really to turn back this tide of rampant bigotry and hatred and, you know, all this that we see that is just so stunning to me. And I think the party needs to fight, and I'm a fighter, and that's why I'm running.
And why should people vote for you?
I'll tell you why people shouldn't vote for me. People shouldn't vote for me if they think that the Democratic Party is doing a fine job right now of turning this back. If people are happy with the Democratic Party on all levels of government and the response to what we've seen, then they shouldn't vote for me. If people think that the Democratic Party, as it exists today, is doing fine and perfectly prepared for all this, then they shouldn't vote for me. If they think that the Democratic Party needs to fight, then I'm ready to be part of and help lead that fight. My name's Jim Savage. I'm running for Democratic Party State Committee. I'd like you to vote for me on May 15th. Thank you.